You haven't spoken with the President yet. I know you're speaking tomorrow at the CPAC event. He could be there. You might catch up with him yet. Tell us then about what your focus is going to be in that speech. You'll be addressing a whole lot of American Conservatives. What are you going to tell them about conservatism in Australia?
I'm going to tell them the situation, what's happening in Australia, not unlike what they faced here, the mass migration, the impact it's having on our country with homeless. And Chris, to tell you the truth, our facts that we found out is that Australia has a 350% more homeless in Australia than what America does. We're in a worse situation than what they are. And mass migration, I'll be talking about climate change, getting out of the Paris Accord agreement. I'll be talking about defence. We need to increase our defence spending, and we need to support our men and women who are joining up for the Defence Force. We've got to give them the arms and the materials to actually be able to, if they're going to put their lives on the line, why shouldn't we back them with the best equipment and abilities to ensure that they can do their job? We're not protecting our country with security, so that's a big must. And of course, gender dysphoria and what's happening in our country.
Look, the big difference when you talk about your agendas, very similar when it comes to strong borders and controlling immigration, economic nationalism, some of those gender issues you talk about, climate and energy, very similar to the Trump agenda. But the difference is that Donald Trump took over the conservative establishment, if you like. He took over the Republican Party, and his people kind of run that now. Whereas you're an outsider, and you're actually, your success, your polling success and electoral success at the moment has been to the detriment of the Conservative parties, the coalition. Does that worry you?
No, it doesn't worry me, because they haven't been doing their job. They've drifted away from being conservative values. Where have they stood for with mass migration? They've done absolutely nothing. What have they done about climate change and emissions targets that's destroying our economy and putting Australians into poverty? Absolutely nothing. What have they really spoken out strong against gender dysphoria and what's happening in our educational system? Actually nothing. That's why people are leaving them in droves, because they're not representing the Australian people. Yes, it's going to take me time to build the party to eventually, hopefully, get in opposition or possibly government in the states and on federal. But Chris, unless I have a go at it, they're just going to keep sliding more to the left in line with Labor and their socialism, that I believe I have to keep this fight up on behalf of the Australian people who are now getting behind me and supporting me and what I'm saying. The people have had enough of the major political parties.
Now, does that mean that you're any closer to recruiting Barnaby Joyce as a Senate candidate for New South Wales, for instance, just to give your party more heft?
Look, Barnaby has indicated he's really fed up with the National Party. They're not listening to what he's saying about this climate net zero, which is destroying the country. He's passionate about that, very passionate about it. And Barnaby will make his decision, to make his final decision, and it's up to him when he wants to make the decision and, come across the One Nation.
You'd have him in that position. You'd like him in that position, obviously.
Of course I do. Of course I do. And I think, I want people strong-minded who are there to fight for the Australian people. And it's only through this team effort that I can make changes in the parliaments, Chris. And that's where I need those strong people, the strong leaders and teamwork that we can, and I believe that we can turn the country around. And it's the only one. If I wasn't around, Chris, where would we be as a nation with both the Liberal and the Labor Party? They're on the same page. They are really not much difference between them. And that's why they're losing a lot of their support.
Pauline, good luck with your speech tomorrow now, and enjoy the rest of your stay at Mar-a-Lago. Have you been across to the beach? You've got that tunnel goes under the road to the pool and the beach out the front there. You'll have to dip into a bit of that.
No, I haven't. I haven't been able to do that yet. It's been quite full on, Chris, and tomorrow and the next couple of days will be extremely busy. And I've been told that Donald Trump is expected to turn up possibly on Thursday.
Excellent. Well, let us know.
CPAC.
Let us know if you get a word with him, and thanks for joining us. Cheers.
Thank you.